musking down. There's lots of friendly faces all around, and nothing's ever lifting me higher than a touch of your sweet desire. Well, we're all built and right. We just have to hold on through the night. As long as we are watching the fire, we'll be safe from the devil's choir. I stand by you when you're falling, when the river is calling. I said I love you forever. We can make it together. Yeah, yeah. When things go wrong, it's easy to sing a sad song. Seems like nothing comes for free. Yeah. And it won't take long. Your fragile soul will soon be strong. I'll carry you so tenderly. What I wanna say is that I stand by you when you're falling, when the river is calling. I said I love you forever. We can make it together. Breaks my heart seeing you struggle with the things you do, carrying the world on your shoulder. When did we become so much older? Now I wish I could say that all my troubles gonna blow away, but I won't quit until it gets better, even if it takes me forever.
Curiosity is one of the great secrets of happiness. So today, as you practice and as you go on with your life off of the mat later on when you're all done, be curious about things. Wonder about possibilities and wonder about the possibilities on your mat. Oh yeah. My name is Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. 1 hour long practice. We do it every single day, start to finish. Join us, have some fun. Grab your props. Let's come on up to a standing position to begin. We had a lot to work in today, but as the bottom of the screen says, do what's right for your body. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. That's the big thing. Do what you can. It's a new week. It's a new day. Do what you can. Just do. All right. So you got your props, a couple blocks, a strap or a towel. You'll get into the vibe of this. You'll get into it as you practice every single day, because you want to practice every day, because you want to do what's best for you. Lock a stress number in on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, what's going on in your body. And you'll figure that out too as time goes on, what we do with that. All right, so take a little confidence stance. Feet a little wider than hip width distance apart. Hands to your hips. Have a chair nearby or a countertop if you want to find some better balance. And just do. Start to come up onto the balls of your feet. If you can be barefoot, you're at home, why not? If you can be barefoot, try to do that, to allow your toes to grip, to really feel the earth beneath you. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and a big shoulder softening breath out through your mouth. Really, truly sigh it out. Make some noise. Nobody's around. Just make some noise. That's one of the nice things about practicing from home. You can do your yoga without a commute. You can do your yoga with no judgment. And just don't judge yourself. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right, so rock on up to the ball of the foot and then maybe down onto the heel. Maybe a little higher onto the toes. Just feel the foundation beneath you. Get strong here. Strengthen the ankles. You got it going on. And just explore. That's our word today to think about. It's explore, to discover, to look more deeply into something, to examine it. So just kind of discover and explore your practice. What's working? What's not working? If it's not working, modify it. All right, come on down to solid feet. Wiggle your toes. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Put your hands on your low back. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Push your hips forward and look up to the sky. Exhale, take a forward fold. As you forward fold, let your fingers come toward the earth. You know what's hard today will become less hard tomorrow. Just keep at it. Maybe your fingers touch the earth, maybe they don't, that's fine. Shake your neck a little bit, loosen up. Don't worry about anything, it's just yoga. Wiggle your knees, wiggle your hips, wiggle your shoulders, wiggle your neck. Loosen up. Inhale, rise on up, stack your vertebrae up like they're little Lego blocks. Come on back up to standing. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's do some side bends. Just reach to one side. Let the other arm come down, down, down your thigh. Hold it here. Just have patience with yourself. Patient diligence. Hang in there. Come on back up as you inhale. Take it to the other side. Just stick with it. Don't quit. That's the diligence part. That's the hard part sometimes. Come on back up. Take the other arm to the side, other arm down the leg, shoulder back, chin away from the chest. Come on up. Take it to the other side. Just gentle little side bends. Come on back up. Shoulders over your hips. Do some big arm circles. Trace little circles on the side of the room and just wake up your shoulders. They don't have to be big circles. Maybe you got to bend in your elbows. Maybe you're doing one arm at a time as you hold onto a chair with the other hand. It's all good. Now your knees, just bend them a little bit and then come on up. Bend them, keep doing your arm circles. Maybe you do it in sync. Knees come down, arms go down, arms come up, knees straighten up. You know, as you do your poses, be less concerned about how they look and be more curious about how they feel for your body. How does this feel in your shoulders? Take it in the other direction. How does it feel for your knees? Breathe. And remember, as hard becomes less hard as you practice this, you're becoming stronger. And that's a good thing. All right, knees are awake, shoulders are awake. Come up to standing. Wiggle your shoulders a little bit. Big coat swing. Adjust your stance so it's comfortable and start to twist and look over one shoulder, then the other. This is your little warm-up. We do this sequence just about every day. You probably know it by heart now, and you probably modify it to make it work for you. Here's a modification. You can close your eyes, and that'll change it up a little bit because you're challenging your balance a little bit more. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe you take it a little bit longer and hold it. And take it a little bit longer on the other side too and hold it. Just get that twist going. And then let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Hinge forward for your ragdoll pose. Remember, it doesn't matter how slow you go, just that you keep going. All right, hands are at opposite elbow creases. Feet are about hip-width distance apart. Start to sway, bringing one elbow back toward the knee, then the other elbow back toward the other knee. Feel the goodness in the low back. Put a little bend in your knees if that feels good. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, we're easing into our Monday. It's going to be a good day because you're making it so, because you're moving. Get the movement going, and let's then slow it down in our ragdoll. Come back to the midline of your body. Just hang out here for a second. Big breath in. Big sighing breath out. Release your fingertips to the mat. Bend your knees and come on down. Child's pose. Take it any way you like. If you got those yoga blocks, you might use those. 1, 2, doesn't matter. Put your knees together. Put your big toes together. Put your hips back towards your heels. Rest your head onto your block or your blocks or no block at all. It's up to you. Arms can be down by your sides if your knees are together. Let the fingertips reach toward the bottom of your mat. Option. There's always options. Spread your knees, big toes touch, arms reach to the top of your mat. Stretch it out here. Push into your hands. You can have your forehead on a block or on the mat. Calm, peaceful music today. We're easing into our week. Breathe in, breathe out. No rush, no hurry, no worries. Just this time on your mat. If you'd like, close your lips now and breathe in and out of your nose. Imagine your spine is super long as the crown of your head and your tailbone are reaching in opposite directions. Breathe in. Breathe out. Full deep breaths, no shallow breathing here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Give yourself the freedom to stay in a pose longer if it's feeling really good. Don't feel that you gotta, quote, keep up. It doesn't matter. This is your yoga. You're doing the poses that feel good for your body. Be curious, explore, wonder, and just like the mind of a child. You're in child's pose after all. Like the mind of a child, a beginner. Explore. And don't hold back. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I'm going to press on up, coming out of the child's pose. I don't know which variation you're in, just enjoy it. Then I'm going to come on down to my forearms. Bring your elbows under your shoulders, move your knees a little back, press into your forearms and let your tailbone go high to the sky. So your forehead's going to come on down, maybe even your chest comes down toward your mat. Breathe. Maybe you want to adjust your knees a little bit. That's the modifications I'm talking about. We're all built differently. We all move differently. Make it work. If you just really feel the goodness of the tailbone going high to the sky. We'll do it again when we do cat-cow, but just feel what you feel here. Try to sink your chest down a little bit more. And then finish. Come on out of this little modified puppy pose. Roll on over, take a pentacle pose. That's kind of a surprise for right now, right? So enjoy getting here. Enjoy the journey. I think there's a lesson in pentacle pose. Enjoy the journey, take it slow because just coming down feels super great. Spread your legs wide, spread your arms wide too, high overhead. Modify as you need to. If it doesn't feel right in the shoulder, kind of put a little bend in the arms. So your body looks like a capital letter X. Soften in your glutes. Breathe in and out, full breaths. Let your belly rise up like there's a basketball in there. Big breath in, big full breath out, pentacle pose. Good for your posture. Your shoulders are back on your mat. And good for your mind because it resets. It's a recalibration of everything to the midline of your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pentacle pose. Stay here longer if you like, but I'm going to press on up and come into a Sukhasana pose. All right, so sit cross-legged if you can, if you want. You can bring one leg up on top of the opposite knee. You can take a block and slip it under that top knee if that feels good. Or you can sit any way you like, just be seated. We're going to work on the neck a little bit. Lengthen up through the crown of your head and soften up in the shoulders. So you're getting into the hips. You really feel it here if you're in your Sukhasana. Bottom foot, if you want, you can bring that one up and place it on top of the opposite knee. Doesn't work for me, so I don't do it, and I let it go. I don't fret about it. Don't worry about things. Take a deep breath in. And a deep shoulder softening breath out. Start to do some neck circles, whatever feels right for you. And if you don't like it, don't do it. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. That's a fine option too. You can turn your head from the right to the left. Just move your neck. Eyes can be opened or closed, whatever you like. Embrace those little crunchies in your neck. As long as they don't hurt, you're good. Chin to chest, chin to sky. Move your neck. We say move your neck organically. Move your neck organically. Move your neck any way you like. Move your neck so it feels good. Soft shoulders, strong muscles in the neck. Move the neck. Finish up. Bring your head back to stillness. Take your left arm, bring it up to the sky. Bend the elbow, place the left hand on top of your right ear, and encourage your left ear to your shoulder. So the head, you're holding on to it using the hand here. Stretching out that whole right side of your neck. Finish up. Head back to the midline. Right arm goes up to the sky. Bend your elbow. Place your right fingers on top of your left ear. And bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Soften up in your left shoulder. Hand is strong. Maybe you're pulling the head a little bit more, or maybe not. Breathe in. Breathe out. Finish up. Bring your head back to the midline. Find your little strap or your little towel. Let's do that cow face pose. All right, so you don't have to have either one. I mean, if you don't want to use the towel, that's fine too. I'm going to bend my left elbow. I'm going to hug it in next to my ear. Using my right hand, I'm going to pull it in a little bit more. I could take the towel, grab it in my hand, have it in both hands, and start to floss the shoulders. Or just pull that towel down. Pull the towel down, feeling the good stretch in your left tricep. I'm going to just hug it in, hug the elbow in a little bit more. I'm going to sit up nice and straight, breathe. I can give myself a pat on the back. That's good. Then I'm going to finish. I'm going to do the other side. You can bring the towel into the other hand. Hug the elbow in toward the ear. Take the other hand, pull and, floss the shoulders with the towel. Or just hug that elbow in and pat yourself on the back. Nice stretch in the tricep, isn't it? Breathe in, breathe out. And let's finish. Remove your hands, remove the block if you used it, and switch your legs out. Not long today. We're not staying in this pose long, just long enough for the hips to wake up. Bend the opposite knee. Bring the block under the opposite knee. I've got my left leg on top now. Lengthen up. And start to do your neck circles again. Or left to right turns. Or lengthen up to the crown of your head. Just move your neck. Find a nice range of motion here. Maybe look way over your shoulder and then look way over the other shoulder. Chin to chest, chin to sky. Nice range of motion there. You got a good head on your shoulders. I bet nobody's told you that lately. All right, so knees. Put your hands on your knees, lengthen up. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's take the arm, bring it up to the sky, bend that elbow, bring those fingers to the top of the opposite ear. Soften in the shoulder, and let the head work. The ear work toward the shoulder while the other side's getting a good stretch. Just breathe here and feel the goodness of this depth of stretch. Finish up, head back to the midline, take a deep breath in, breath out, soften in the shoulders. Other side, lift the opposite arm up, bend that elbow, place the fingers on top of the ear, and let the hand encourage the head to the opposite side. Nice big stretch here. Lengthen up and feel the good stretch in your neck. Hand down, head back to the midline of the body. Lengthen up and soften in both shoulders. Give them a wiggle. All right, now it's cow face time. Cow face with the towel or without the towel. I'm going to raise my left arm, bend the elbow. Use my right hand to hug it into my ear and pat on the back time. And if you're using the towel, you can bring the opposite hand behind your back and you can floss the shoulders, just getting some mobility going there. Switch it out. Other side. Soften. Breathe. That's a good thing. Breathe, right? Breathe in, breathe out. And the thing is with your mobility, and you kind of know this, move it or lose it. If movements are difficult today, don't expect them to magically get better without a little effort. I mean, aside from injuries that you have to rest, of course. but work on that range of motion. Work on the movements. All right, finish up. Hands back down to your knees, lengthen up. And finish up. You got it. All right. Let's go into a toes pose. All right, so in your toes pose, come on up to standing on your knees. Bend your toes towards your shins. Have a seat on your heels. You can use a block underneath your heels if you like. Just have a seat. Okay, it's bothering me. I think I did pulling the head to the side twice instead of hugging the elbow in, but I hope you did it right. All right, bring your hands behind your back, hands toward opposite elbow creases, open up through the shoulders, rest into the feet. Deep breath in, deep breath out, soften up in the toes. We're not going to stay here long. Really try to feel, be curious about how this feels in your feet. Stretch out the toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your hands away from behind your low back. Wiggle your fingers. Take one arm and extend it long. Other arm, palm is up on the arm that's extended. Other hand pulls the four fingers back. So you're getting a nice tennis arm stretch here in the front of the forearm. Stretch it all four fingers back. Now just stretch the thumb back. Now stretch just the pinky back, the ring finger, and work your way all the way again back to your thumb. Pull it back. Other hand extends long. Pull all four fingers back. Pull them back. How far can you go? How far do you want to go? How far does it feel right to go? Don't forget your thumb. Pull your thumb back. Starting with the pinky, each finger individually, pull it back. Ring finger, pull it back. Keep working your way all the way to your thumb, pull it back. Take your hands, interlace your fingers, and really interlace them really up to the webbing. Really squeeze them good and tight. Hug them tightly. Extend your arms and do a sideways number 8 as you work the wrists here. We're working everything today. And I have a number to tell you at the end that'll surprise you, so stick around. All right, moving the wrists, feels good. Let it go. Breathe in, breathe out. Mind is off of your toes until now, right? Okay. Wiggle your fingers like you're playing a piano. Now remove the block from behind you. Bring the tops of your feet onto your mat. Sit back onto your heels. You can use your blocks by your sides to bring the ground up to you if you like that feeling, or no blocks at all. Place your hands on your mat. Come on up, keeping your knees together. Come on up and find balance in on the tops of your feet. Kind of a different sensation, isn't it? Because you don't bend your legs or bend your feet this way very often. But you're ensuring that range of motion. You're getting the blood flowing, ensuring that that movement is there, that you're not going to lose it. You're using it. You're not going to lose it. All right, ankle pose. This is one of my favorites, going from toes pose to ankle pose. Let's finish here. Let's come back to a neutral tabletop. Neutral tabletop, shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Press hard into the earth, lift your feet up, squeeze and scrunch your toes, circle the wrists or circle the ankles, and then tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Now let's give the feet a break. Press into the earth. Think of your back as long. Think of your spine as nice and straight from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Let's do cat cow. Tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under. Remember how we felt in that puppy pose just a few minutes ago? Let's feel it again in the tailbone. Send the crown of your head to the sky and your tailbone. Do it again, cat cow. Hollow out the belly for cat. Cow pose, just the opposite. Breathe, push the earth away. There's your cat-cow. Maybe you stick with it. I'm going to go to cat pulling its tail. Give it a try. Just try. Be curious. Lift the right leg up. Draw the right heel towards your bottom, and maybe that's where you stay. Take it in layers, and if you stop at a layer, don't be critical of yourself. Taking it here is more than keeping the knee down. Every little layer is a step in the right direction. I'm going to take my left hand, reach around and capture my right foot. I'm going to kick into my hand. I'm going to look to the left side of my mat or the left side of my room as I kick harder in cat pulling its tail. I'm going to bring the foot down, hand down. Try it on the other side. Left leg lifts, heel to your bottom. Right hand reaches around and captures the foot. Kick into the hand. Open up through the right collarbone. Look to the right side of your mat, your room, or over your right shoulder up to the sky. Finish up. Knee comes down, foot comes down. Nice job. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Those big breaths are starting to feel really good and refreshing, aren't they? Let's do bird dog pose. Another pose where you lift your right leg, but this time extend your right leg. Draw your right hip down. Stay right here if you want. Find length through your right leg. Think of right leg really long. Think of somebody pulling your ankle toward the back of the room. If you'd like, add in the left arm. Reach and stretch and lengthen. Push the earth away with those limbs that are touching it and find length. Lengthen in your spine, strengthen in your back. You've got it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. On Friday, we do this pose, but we kick it up a notch by using a little ball under our knee. That way we have an unstable surface, making all our muscles really engage here. Today, we're holding the pose in a nice stable position, nice and long. Stretch it a little bit longer. You've got it. Finish. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Heart's starting to pump, isn't it? All right, left leg lifts, left leg extends. Draw the toes toward the shin, push into the earth. You've got it. And you know, you could always take your blocks, set them up however high you like. Place your hand on the blocks if you want more stability, or you can just reach through your fingers, pushing the earth away, holding here, and imagining such length and strength and space in your spine. That's what you want. You don't want that decompression. You don't want the squished spine. You want those vertebrae to be healthy. Each and every individual one. Space between them. Finding space, finding length. Come on, bird dog. You can do it. Push the top of your foot into the mat a little bit more. Breathe in, breathe out. Lengthen to strengthen. Right hand down, left knee down. How are you doing? Let's come into a wide-legged child's pose. Knees spread wide, hips back to your heels. Arms reach long to the top of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. Good stretches. Oh, our fingers, our toes, our feet, our hips, we're really getting into it. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Press on up, maybe grab a quick little drink, and in most of our practices, we do a 1-minute plank. You don't have to. You can do it any way you want, but you know you got 1 minute coming up. Take the plank in lots of different ways. We've talked about them. We show them on different days of the week. You can do a high plank, a dolphin plank, a forearm plank. You can do a knee plank. I'm going to do a frog plank today. All right, so I'm going to have my knees spread. My big toes are still touching. I'm going to come on forward. I'm going to have my arms a little more forward, and I'm going to hinge my weight into my hands so I can really feel the strength here. I'm going to put a little bend in my elbows, and I'm going to do little like push-ups. I'm going to put a block at the top of my mat. I'm going to bring my forehead down to it. Adjust so you're comfortable and things feel right for you. And let's set a 1-minute timer, and you take whatever you want in your plank variation. Let's go with the timer. All right, here we go. All right, 1 minute. You can look at the screen periodically and see how you're doing, where you are, if you want to measure. I'm going to bend my elbows a little bit, keeping them hugged in. I'm going to touch my nose, my forehead, my chin, whatever, to this block. Pushing the earth away. All right, we've got, we're 15 seconds in, 20 seconds in. All right, lower and rise on up. Little frog push-ups. How does it feel on your knees? If it doesn't feel so good on your knees, you know, you can put a towel under them or adjust them so they do feel right. Push up. We've got 20 seconds to go. You're rocking it. Push on up. You can hold it as long as you want and breathe. Take your little breaks. Just finding strength in your body, feeling compression, really tight and strong in everything you've got. Lift. All right, we got 5 seconds to go. I'm gonna squeeze in one more. Push on up and be done. Hips back to your heels. Arms reach long and strong to the front of the room. A wide-legged child's pose. So you could say maybe this is about our third one of the practice, and it feels more accessible the more you do it. And that's the case with your yoga. The more you do it, I won't say the easier it gets, I'll say the stronger you get. All right, so we did our frog push-ups. Let's do some other core stuff. Have your strap nearby. Come on to your seat. Wiggle so you kind of feel those muscle, or feel the bones, your sits bones in your bottom. Bend your knees, soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. Hands to prayer center, always a good place to be. Lengthen up. Maybe you repeat a little positive statement in your mind. I am strong. I'm getting stronger. I'm doing it. I actually showed up. Now come on back. Recline. Recline all the way down onto your mat. Knees spread wide, heels up towards your bottom. Adjust and be comfortable here. Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. We do these a lot. Fingertips to your temples, elbows open wide. Maybe you just stay right here, nice and wide and open and receptive. As you exhale, I'm gonna lift my chin up to the sky and inhale, come on down. So lift and lower, breathe. Your core is strong. Think of your core, think of your low abs. You're really feeling them here. Be curious. Lift on up to the shoulders, elbows back toward your mat, and maybe little pulses up to the sky. Just be curious about how it feels. Explore, try it out. If you don't like it, come on back down and then lift. And then let's finish. Come on down, bicycle pose. We do this often too. Take the variation that works for you. Soles of the feet can be on the mat, fingers lightly at your temples. You can peel your shoulders up and send an elbow toward the opposite knee. Totally fine. Maybe you stay down. Maybe you lift your legs up, bringing your knees over your hips and your shins parallel to the earth. Draw your toes towards your shins and ride a recumbent bike. Pedal out through your heels. Put it all together by maybe peeling up the shoulders, fingers lightly at the temples, opposite elbows toward opposite knee if you like. Bend a knee, straighten the other leg. Bend a knee, straighten the opposite leg. Maybe straighten both legs and scissor kick them. You decide. And when you're ready, finish. Legs go long, stick pose. Arms go high overhead, stretch it out. Point your toes, reach through your fingers. Breathe in, breathe out. Biceps are near your ears. Let's find our strap as we come on up to seated. Find your strap, place it under the soles of your feet. Lean on back, hold on to the strap. Lean back some more, lift your chest up, hug your elbows in. Lean on back, lift your legs up. Come into your boat pose with your strap. All right, other days of the week we do boat pose different ways. Practice it, try it, see what you like, make it work for you. Maybe a little softness in the knees feels good. Hold it here. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Back is nice and straight, not rounded shoulders. Send your shoulders back towards your spine. Drive through the heels, hold on here. When you're ready, slowly let your heels come on down to the earth. Just seems so right to fold forward here. Walk your hands down both straps. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Breathe. Gaze to your knees. Inhale, strong. Exhale, fold. Remove the strap. Let's come to a downward facing dog. Turn on over. Neutral tabletop. Send your legs long. Press into your hands. Come into a down dog. Feet are hip width distance apart. Heels are slightly elevated. Hands are shoulder width distance apart, and they're pushing into the mat too. Slowly pedal it out. One heel closer to the earth than the other. And come back to your neck. Remember how we shook it and turned it left and right? Do that again here. This time you don't have gravity. Or you have gravity, pulling the neck toward the earth, pulling the head toward the earth, decompressing the spine. So gravity is working in a positive way for you there. Finish up, still your heels. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. We're going to come into an extend mountain. Plant your feet. Sweep your arms up to the side of the room and lengthen up. Lengthen up in your extended mountain. Take a big breath in. And a big shoulder softening breath out. Reach through your fingers. Find length and strength here. Your feet. I hope you're still barefoot. Well, we wouldn't put socks on or shoes on afterwards, but I hope you're barefoot. As you're barefoot, just kind of move your feet a little bit. Feel the mat beneath you. Lengthen up. Exhale, soften up and bring your hands to prayer center. Let's do tree. Vrikasana. You can have a chair nearby, your countertop, whatever. Take the variation that works for you. I'm going to root into my left leg, open up my right leg. The inside of the right heel can rest inside the left ankle. You can hold on to a countertop in your hip, totally fine. Or slip the foot a little higher or higher still. Just don't put the foot onto the knee. Hold on here. You've got it. Breathe. Maybe hands back to prayer center. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Find your stillness here. Lengthen up through your hips. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Look to where your ceiling and the wall meet. Hold on here. And remember, you can grow your branches. That's another fine option. You know, life doesn't get any more forgiving as you get older. Life doesn't get more forgiving. But what happens is, if we keep practicing our yoga, we get stronger and we can be more resilient. Like a tree is resilient as it waves its branches so it can stay firmly rooted in a storm. All right. How are you doing with swaying the branches? Check it out. Another thing you could do here is to lightly close your eyes or take a long blink. Ooh, that's a challenge. And if you fall out, nobody cares. You shouldn't care. Get right on back in. Get back in the game. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Right foot meets left. You've got it. Let's take it to the other side. Left knee bends. Open up to the side of the room. Slip the foot to wherever you like. Just don't put it on the knee. Bend the knee generously. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Or you can always kickstand it. Remember, you could have the inside of the left heel on the inside of the right ankle. Totally fine. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Take your arm variations that you like. Sway your branches. And remember, help yourself here. Firmly rooted, you're strong. Lengthen the hips. Lengthen the crown of the head. Firmly rooted, pushing the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. Grow your branches if you want. Sway them this way and that. Maybe try to close the eyes. Different variations. Homework, maybe brush your teeth in this position. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Left foot meets right. You got it. Lift your arms up high. Keep your legs together. Bring your palms together to touch. Lengthen through your fingers. Half crescent moon pose. Reach your fingers high to the sky and then let your arms come to the left side of your body. Big stretch here. Chin away from the chest. Top shoulder back. Breathe. Half crescent moon. Breathe in, breathe out. Check out that top shoulder, your right shoulder. Pull it back. Pull the chin back too. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist and give it a tug. Half crescent moon. You've got it. Feels like banana asana when we do it reclined on the ground. Lots of ways to do these poses. Bring your hands back to prayer center. Come on, back up slowly. Lengthen up. Find your space here at the midline of your body. Breathe in. Shoulder softening breath out. Take it to the other side. Let your hands, palms touch. And gently come to the right side, chin away from the chest, left shoulder back, breathe. Hello to Stan, the man, Tyrone, Betty, Liz, Lynn, Tammy, Marietta, Amy, Kelly, Margarita. Marietta, did I say Marietta already? I think I did. Yvette, good to see you. Tina, Rena, Tim, Tom, Roger, Kelly, how are you? Push, push, reach, reach, hand. Take the right hand, capture the left wrist, pull. Breathe. Half crescent moon. Nice lengthening in between the ribs. Hands back together. Come on back up as you inhale to the midline. Lengthen up. Let your arms float down. Shoulder shrug. Shrug them up good and tight to the ears. Shrug them to the back of the room and bring them down. Same thing again. Ears, back of the room, down. And I just give them a wiggle, right? You will look taller with this next pose. You know this one. You will look taller. First letter of each word. Legs are together again. Arms raise up. Press the backs of the hands to the back of the room. Bring your body into the shape of the letter Y for the word you. Strengthen the upper back. Elbows come down. Hands are still pressed to the back of the room. There's the letter W in your arms. 2 L's, forward and backward for the word look. Hug those elbows towards your spine. Breathe in. Soften in the shoulders, breathe out. One big letter T for taller. Pulse the backs of your hands to the back of the room. You will look taller, strengthen back. Let's do it again. You will look. T for taller, pulse them back. Let your arms float down by your sides and maybe close your eyes. Feel the strength in your upper back. Feel your good posture. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, challenging pose here. This is a challenging one, but you can do it because why? You modify. Modify it to make it work for you. Doesn't matter how it looks, what matters is how it feels. Let's begin by bringing your arms up to the sky. Lengthen up here, and you practice this with your tree pose. Let's do one-legged mountain. Take the weight out of your right leg, and this time just lift the leg up independent of the other leg. Right knee at hip height. Here's your one-legged mountain. You've got it. Step out with the right heel. Big step out. Place the weight into the right foot. Hinge the weight forward into the right leg. Lift your left leg up a little or a lot. Maybe you stay right here, parallel arms reaching to that top corner of your room. I'm going to take it to a warrior 3. I'm going to let my parallel arms reach to the front of my room and my left leg lift. Here is my warrior 3. We're all strong warriors. You've got it. Sweep your left leg back to your one-legged mountain. Lengthen up, strengthen up. Plant the right foot next to the left. You did it. Congratulations. You know, God did not give us a spirit of timidity, of, shrinking back, but He gave us a spirit of power, a spirit of love, and a spirit of self-discipline. Come on, you can do it again. Lift up through the fingers. Or do the opposite leg this time. Lift your left leg up, knee to hip height. One-legged mountain, stay strong. Self-discipline, love for yourself. Come on, you can do it. And power in your body. Hold on in your one-legged mountain. You've got it. Breathe. Left heel comes forward. Put the weight into the heel. Softness in the left knee. Take it to your level of contentment here. But be curious. Do what feels right. Maybe you got a chair nearby. Maybe you put a hand on your hip and you just let that leg lift higher, higher still. Breathe, reach, take it to your fullest expression. Don't be afraid. Give it a go. Right foot, sweep it back around. One-legged mountain, lengthen up. You got it. Right foot meets left, hands to prayer center. You're strong, you're powerful. Nice. Exhale, fold forward. Walk your hands forward, come down to your knees, find your 2 blocks. Let's get into the hips. Blocks by your sides, high height. Right leg forward, knee over ankle. Send your left leg long and straight on your mat. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. Maybe you hold on to the blocks, it's up to you. Arms can lift, take a baby back bend. Arms go back up, hands back to prayer center, hands back to the blocks, start to surf. Right leg straightens, right leg bends a lot. You want to feel this stretch in your left hip. Keep your hands on the blocks, glued to the blocks. Maybe bring your hip more back toward your left heel. Come on back forward. Try it again. First time's always the hardest, right? But just try. Let's finish. Come back to kneeling, both knees together. Left foot forward, other side, knee over ankle. Press into the blocks. Right leg goes long on your mat. Press into your blocks, maybe straighten up, shoulders a little more over your hips. Maybe arms come up to the sky. Maybe you take a little back bend, hands back to prayer center as you exhale. Say your mantra, I am strong, I'm doing it, I showed up. That's a big one. Breathe. Hands to your blocks. Start to surf. All you're doing is straightening and rebending that left leg. Maybe hands are glued to the blocks. You take it back even farther toward your right heel. You don't have to go all the way back. You take it to what feels good today. And every day is different, that's for sure. Couple of surfs, couple of surfing it out, and have some fun. All right, let's finish. Knee meets knee, hands to your low back. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Little baby camel, nice and gentle. Exhale. Remove the blocks. Put your eye shade or your towel at the top of your mat. Come on down to your belly. Slowly come down, hands under collarbones, lower down. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, zip up your legs, hands underneath your collarbones, zip up your elbows. Chin, forehead on your mat. Exhale. And as you inhale, lift in the shoulders. Push the tops of your feet into your mat. Little to no weight in your hands. Gaze down your nose. Cobra pose. How does it feel? Breathe in, breathe out. Come on down. Arms reach long on your mat, like an extended child's pose. Put some space between your legs. Superman. Lift one leg or the other, or lift both legs. Lift one arm or the other, and stretch and reach and lengthen as if you were Superman. Big compression of the low back, nice and strong. Swimmer, start to kick your feet. Kick a little bit, breathe, find movement here. Finish. All your limbs come down. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Slip your hands under your collarbones. Press into straightening up your arms. Seal pose. Soften in your glutes. Nice job. Let's come on up. Have a seat. Grab a seat. Send your legs long. Arms lift. Arms reach to the front of your room. Take your hands, capture your ankles, your calves, whatever you can reach, and fold forward. We did this earlier with the strap. Inhale, shoulders over your hips. Come on down to a reclined position. Once you're reclined, bend both knees. Right leg lifts outside of the right ankle on top of the left leg. So you got a figure 4 going on here. Push the inner right thigh open. Lift the left foot up off of your mat. Arms can tee out or be down by your sides. It's up to you. Draw the left knee closer to your chest. Draw the outside of the right knee closer to the bottom of your mat. Plant the left foot. Plant the right. Left leg lifts outside of the left ankle on top of the right leg. Drive the outside of the left knee toward the bottom of your mat. Maybe push your inner left thigh open. Maybe that feels good. If you like, lift your right leg up. Ooh, drawing that right leg towards your chest, drawing the outside of the left knee toward the bottom of your room. How does that feel? Plant your left foot, plant your right foot. Bridge pose, arms down by your sides. Lift on up through your hips, push hard into your feet. Interlace your fingers behind your low back and push your pinkies into the mat. It helps to wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Lift your hips good and high. Breathe. Remove your hands. If you did the interlaced fingers, put them down by your sides. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Left leg goes long on your mat. Right knee bends. Using your towel or your hands, interlace your fingers beneath your right knee. Left leg is long. Left toes drawn towards your shins. Circle the ankles right and left. And then take your left hand, cross the midline of your body. Right arm tees out to keep your right shoulder down. Look to the right. Right hip comes back down to the earth. Knee is hugged in. Use your towel if you want. Circle your ankles this way and that. Right leg goes long to meet the left. Right toes draw towards your shins so your calf stays planted. Left heel drags on up all by itself. Interlaced fingers or towel can hug the knee in. Circle the ankle this way and that. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of your body. Left arm tees out. Look to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Left hip comes down. Hug the knee in. Circle the ankles this way and that. Left leg goes down to meet the right. Bend, a little bend in your knees, and then lift your legs up, up, up to the sky. Point your toes, draw a little circle with both ankles glued together. Point your toes to the sky, little circle in the other way. Bend your knees, left hand hugs your left knee in, right hand hugs your right knee in. Rock a little bit on your low back. How does that feel? Maybe rock quite a bit. You know, a lot of times you just rock a little bit. Rock really far. Maybe let both knees come down to the ground. Rock on back up and go to the other side. You know, just try something a little different. You're strong. You're not timid. Give it a go. Come back to the midline of your body. Happy baby pose. Reach your hands inside your calves. Maybe capture and hold on tight. Maybe hold your ankles. Maybe even grab and reach for your heels and hold your heels. Send one leg high to the sky. Rebend it. Send the other leg up to the sky. And rebend it. Happy baby pose. Finish up in your happy baby. Let both legs go up to the sky. Take your hands inside your calves. Open up your legs like a big letter V. Maybe into the thighs. Open your legs up. You got it. It's mobility. Come on now. Everybody needs to do it. Point your toes up to the sky. Flex your toes towards your shins. Point and flex. Point and flex. Come on down. Slowly have your legs lower, 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 because you got a strong core. Lower down. All right, final Shavasana, best pose of the practice. Spread your feet. I got something fun to tell you, so don't leave. Spread your feet a little bit toward the edges of your mat. Arms down by your sides. Cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel. Wiggle your shoulders a little closer to your spine. Take a deep breath in and out, however you like. I'm going to do it through my mouth. Peace, stillness. The conclusion of your practice, you moved a whole lot. We talked about moving being the key to happiness, and curiosity is one of those keys to happiness too. Being curious about everything, wonder. Breathe in, breathe out. Now it's just time to rest, just for a few minutes here. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Soften your jaws, your shoulders, your breath. It's deep, it's strong, but it's soft. Slowly let it go. Take a deep breath in. Think of your belly button going really far away from your spine as it goes up to the sky as you poof your belly up nice and big. And then as you exhale, be curious about this one. Think of the vision, the navel going back to touch the spine. Really let the air out of your lungs. Really a full big exhale. Want to have more of an exhale as you send your belly button to your spine. And do it again. Take a deep breath in. And that big belly button to spine breath out. If you want to stay longer, have your remote control nearby and press pause. And stay here as long as is right for you. If it's time to finish up with your practice, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Each individual finger, like we moved it earlier, each individual toe, really move it. Then move that motion up into the wrists and the ankles. Ooh, the ankles got a good workout when they went from toes pose to ankle pose. Breathe. When we did that figure 8 in our wrists, our wrists got a good workout. Inhale, reach high up overhead, take a big good morning stretch, nice big stretch. We did this in our extended mountain pose. We did this to allow us to stretch more greatly in our ribs when we did our half crescent moon. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, roll onto one hip or the other. Child's pose, knees are bent, elbow bent. Rest your head on your bent elbow. Let your top shoulder relax. Eyes are closed. Savor this moment. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe be thankful for your breath right here, right now. Breathe in, breathe out. as you're ready, if you're ready. Eyes can stay closed. Use your hands or don't use your hands. Press on up and sit however is comfortable for you, maybe keeping the eyes closed. Hands to prayer center. Come back to you. Come back to being thankful for your body and what it did for you. Press your thumbs into your chest. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. As you take the next breath in, lengthen up through your spine. And as you exhale, let it all go. Blink your eyes open. You did it. All right. Stress number. We took a stress number in the beginning. What was it? And what is it? We do that pretty much every day, if I remember, if I don't forget. And the idea is for you to just measure how good the yoga is and how good it makes you feel in your body. All right. So what did I want to tell you? Okay, you think, oh, I didn't move very much. It was just, an hour of yoga. But there were over 50 movements in today's yoga practice. That's a lot. And there are ways that you probably typically wouldn't move your body. Think of cat-cow, what you did with the spine. Concentrated effort onto those movements. And there were over 50 of them, so good on you. All right, so here's something to think about. And this is a good one too. The master has failed many more times than the beginner has even tried. So get out there, try, do, enjoy, explore, see what you can do, be curious, and wonder about the possibilities. All right, from us to you, the fruit of the Spirit. Live these things: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love you guys. See you on your mats tomorrow. Bye. You're full of energy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Good girl. Bye-bye. It's summertime, and maybe you've wandered away from your practice a little bit, but the fact that you're here encourages me to know that you come back to your mat. Always come back to your mat. Come back to the four corners of your mat to find peace in your mind, in your body, and to find strength in your body as well. And it's all good. It's your yoga. You're making it work your way. You're rocking it. So come back. Don't ever quit. Tell your friends about your yoga. Tell them how much fun you're having from the privacy of your own home doing your yoga your way. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody, and they can watch from the privacy of their own home as well. Tell them about it. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support, and thank you for just showing up.